Welcome back. Hope everyone enjoyed their holidays and had a happy new year. I had a great Christmas, just in case you're wondering, as I'm sure you are. The new year for me wasn't quite what it should have been, but I'll get into that. Anyway, had too many New Years that were a bit of a big build-up and then ended up being really shitty, so this one was just shitty from the start, and that was right. The last time we spoke, or I spoke, and you listened attentively to my hockey spiel, we got battered by the Flyers in, it was a fun game at the end, as I'm sure we all remember, and we got them coming up in a week or so, I think. But since then, it's been 14 games, and we've lost 4 times. 4 times. Which is pretty awesome. We lost to the Sens, both New York teams, and to the Thrashers the other day. So yeah, it's been great. It's been really good, and we've blasted our way up to the top of the Atlantic Division. Almost to the top anyway. Still got the Devils to knock off their perch. In that time we won the Winter Classic on New Year's Day, which was the one thing that saved my New Year, really. Most people have their fun bit of New Year on New Year's Eve and go and get wasted. I didn't, so I kept myself fresh, went to work at bright and early in the morning, got back ready for 4 o'clock start, I think it was, here in the UK for that game against the Sabres, and it really didn't disappoint. The snow was falling, and it was, the atmosphere was incredible from what I could hear via my very legal connection. As for disclaimer purposes, it's absolutely perfectly legal. And yeah, it lived up to everything that it was supposed to, which is brilliant. Even I go home for Christmas because obviously I'm at uni. Even my mum was interested because I'm sitting there in the same jerseys that they're wearing, and it's snowing, and they're playing hockey, and it was, she just found it a bit intriguing, which was great. It was good to see. No one else was very interested that I know, which is a shame. By that time, the Conklinator, as I like to call him, Ty Conklin, the goaltending maestro, was in full flow, just shutting up shop. That was only his 4th game in a row, something like that. And he did pretty good. He kept us in the game at times, and then Sid won that game with that little shootout goal. And he was loving it. I think all the players were loving it. I mean, I haven't played, but I can imagine them just feeling like kids again out on the backyard rink, have a great time. And Sid loved scoring that winning goal. He just went absolutely crazy at the end. It was really good to see, and I hope we keep those kits for next year as a 3rd kit, or even for the rest of this season. The 3rd jerseys, they are beautiful, beautiful. I wouldn't mind having another one of these again, but I'd rather have the powder blue. They're pretty awesome. I have to mention, of course, Evgeny Malkin's 2 hat-tricks since before Christmas. He's, he isn't the easiest player to digest, if you like. He'll make sick plays one moment, score a pile of goals, but then make some seriously dumb plays where he's just, he just kind of skates a bit nonchalantly, just skating through the neutral zone and just coughs it up, or even in the offensive zone, he just doesn't need to carry it sometimes as much as he does. But I'm not gonna complain. Not gonna complain, because there's only 2 players in the league I would give him up for, and they're both Russians as well. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out which ones they are. Oh, if you haven't worked it out, it's Ovechkin and Kovalchuk. As much as Kovalchuk is the mortal enemy of Sidney Crosby when they're playing against each other, if they played together, or even with Sidney Crosby with Ovechkin, I think most of us would explode with glee at the prospect of them playing together on a kind of, with that winning mentality, that club team mentality, because obviously they'll all be on the same team at the All-Star game, but not quite the same. Anyhow, the winning streak came to an end when we lost to the Atlanta Kovalchuks. It was nice to see Reki back playing well though. Shame he couldn't get it going for us this year. But yeah, for him to get the winner and to end our 8-game winning streak, it was kind of fitting, really. It had to happen. But you know, you can't complain too much. We had a bit of luck here and there. Our luck started going here and there as well, and we rode it, and we came out 8 wins in a row. Still haven't lost in regulation for 10 games now, and it's pretty awesome. Last time out, Conklin had another blinder against the Rangers, and I just keep hoping riding him until his legs fall off, you know. I don't want to speak too soon, but this guy is writing himself into Penguins folklore. I mean, I haven't been a fan for that long, and I don't know a huge amount about the history, but this guy has just come, you know, I was as, you know, apprehensive as anyone about him coming in, and his first game when he came in against the Bruins and let in those goals, it was just we're going to get battered every day until Fleury comes back. Now I don't want Fleury back, because Conklin's just he's just stealing the show from Sidney Crosby. And how do you do that? Well, you be a number 3 goaltender who looks like he's going to finish his career in the minors, and you come in and replace the backup goalie who seemed to have been having a blinder, and you just, well, there you go. The rest, as they say, is history, and hopefully future as well. We look to the future, hope it carries on. Coming up, probably today or maybe even after you've seen this, because it's, you know, you're not going to watch it as soon as we put it up. Great if you do, because that means you're on the ball. But we've got the Tampa Bay Le Cavaliers next, and it's going to be a real battle this time. Last time, you know, it was almost scoring leaders battling out, but now it is the scoring leaders. They're both, Le Cavalier and Crosby have both got the same points. Kovalchuk has as well, but disregard him. He'll drop off. You know, he can't score forever. But Le Cavalier's been pointless for the last 3 games. Excuse the ambiguity of the word pointless there. I doubt he's actually been pointless, but he hasn't had any points anyway. So this is the time where Sid needs to, you know, just blow his critics, doubters, and rivals out of the rink with a big point performance and a good performance and a winning performance. And then I think he's just going to run away with the scoring race. He's something different, something else, and he's just going to do it. So we got them, and then we got the Canadians, which is always a big game in Montreal on Saturday. Which, you know, Sid scored that shootout goal in his first year. The first shootout winner by a Penguin player in a regular season game. And it was Sidney Crosby in Montreal. So, you know, he's going to love going back there. They're going to give him, you know, they'll give him the bird, but he'll love it. And a big shout out to my boy G-Rob, also known as Gary Roberts, aka Gramps, crazy old guy, no offence, who broke his leg a couple of weeks ago, hoping he can get back soon and playing well again for the playoffs, because we're going to need him. You know, fingers crossed we get there, but we're going to need him. And one final thing, for Malkin's hat-tricks. Always wanted to do that, so I've done it now. And now you see my hair. Thanks, and see you soon.